Well, how we want to get started here. In the circles that I find myself in, I have a lot of interaction with the various forms of Nation of Islam persons. Of course, the most popular is that of, they call him the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. Those of you who are familiar with this ministry, you know that I have roots within the Nation of Islam. My relatives going back to the late 1960s, early 1970s, became members under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. I was introduced to the teachings when I was a little boy, 8, 9 years old, probably earlier. And I've been around that mindset, those teachings, for a long, long time. And since the passing, the transition, the death of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad in February 1975, in 2024, there are many different factions of the Nation of Islam. Of course, when we think about Nation of Islam, many people automatically, because of his popularity, they believe these are also followers of Minister Louis Farrakhan. But we have Silas Muhammad, I think John Muhammad, Eric Muhammad. Who else can I think of? There's some other folks. I can't think of them. We're just gonna say various. Now they don't, and they will not agree upon certain aspects of the interpretation of these teachings now. But one thing that many of them will agree upon is this narrative that Elijah Muhammad's son was a hypocrite. And they say, and they call Malcolm X a hypocrite. The definition that they use, or their definition, because this is not the definition, but their logic, their definition of hypocrite is one who believe, now they disbelieve. That's their definition. At the same time, using that logic, then Minister Louis Farrakhan is a hypocrite. Also, Elijah Muhammad is a hypocrite, and many brothers and sisters in this country who are now calling themselves Muslims hypocrites, because at one time or another, we were Christians, we were Baptists, we were Pentecostal, we were Holy Rollers, we were Christians. We said that we believed, and we were taught, we believed in Jesus Christ. Minister Louis Farrakhan belonged to the Catholic Church. Elijah Muhammad came from the Baptists, and he was a Baptist minister. And they said they believed in Jesus Christ. But using your logic, you're saying that a hypocrite is one who believed, now disbelieved. So that means that Farrakhan and Elijah Muhammad and even yourself, you are a hypocrite. You have betrayed. Matter of fact, you have done the worst. You have joined the enemy of Jesus Christ by joining on to a false prophet, which would be in this case Prophet Muhammad, Master Farad Muhammad. Christians do not view Prophet Muhammad or Master Farad Muhammad as anything divine. These are false prophets created to take them away from the divine, which is Jesus Christ. But you don't find that there's nothing wrong with that. At the same time, in Christianity, in Islam, in religious teachings, you say there is no compulsion. We are not forced. We are not forced to believe in Allah or Jesus or those religious doctrines. That's what you say. But when people decide, I no longer believe in that, I'm ready to go, I don't want to do that no more, then you call them hypocrites and you make mockery. You make fun, and it even gets to the point where some of you will threaten the life of those who once believed. But you should be, your life should be threatened also, because you said that you believe in Jesus Christ. But now Christians aren't fanatical about that. Christians talk about hypocrisy, but they're not fanatical about it. But when it comes to Islam, they become real fanatical over it, very judgmental. Mind you, who are you to call anybody anything? Mind your own damn business. You had nothing to do with nobody coming to Islam. You have nothing to do with somebody deciding to leave Islam. You are taught that Farrakhan did not bring nobody to Islam. You are taught that Elijah Muhammad did not bring nobody to Islam. You're taught that Allah is the one that brought whomever to Islam. So it is not even Elijah Muhammad or Farrakhan. Nobody can judge nobody when it comes to the sincerity of anyone who comes to Islam or anyone who leaves Islam. Because apparently it must be Allah or God's will. It's none of your damn business. Who are you to judge? Now at the same time, when people judge them, they have a problem with that. But these self-righteous ass folks love to judge people and condemn people, and in some cases will execute you. What is a hypocrite? The real definition. I'm not talking about your made up religion. You can look this up in the dictionary. And even in the religious text, it will tell you what a hypocrite is. A hypocrite is one who disbelieves, but they stay. They stay among the believers to cause chaos, confusion, and mayhem. The hypocrite does not leave. The hypocrite stays among the believers. This is why Warth Muhammad and Malcolm X they turn into disbelievers, not hypocrites. A hypocrite is one who stays among the believers. This is the difference between a hypocrite and a disbeliever. Malcolm turned into a disbeliever because of the situation that he found himself in and the information that he was given. Warth Muhammad, from the very get-go, he told everybody, I don't believe what my father's teaching. I'm not going to follow no white man. He told them that. But in these religions, they try to force these things on you because I'm the pastor's son. I'm the pastor's daughter. Just because you related, you're supposed to believe what they believe. Wallace told them, honestly, I don't believe this. But you're the messenger's son. And Elijah Muhammad even got to the point, I'm going to keep your mother away from you because you say you disbelieve. But at the same time, I thought there was no compulsion in Islam. So poor Wallace always was in a position under the pressure of trying to please these fanatics. He could not be who he wanted to be. He got to be, because he's the messenger's son, he's got to be this preacher, the heir of this teaching that he said he don't believe in. I don't want nothing to do with it. I'm not into that. But since you introduced him to this religion, he was attracted, or he embraced the traditional Islam, where Allah is not a man, some kind of spook or whatever. But Wallace said, I'd rather do that. I'm not going to worship no white man. And that's how he viewed Master Farad Muhammad. So this is hypocrisy. Hypocrites stay among you. Hypocrites cause trouble. And if Wallace Muhammad or Wardi Muhammad became a hypocrite, it's because y'all ass made him into that. Because Elijah Muhammad forced him into that position. Otherwise, I'm not going to treat you like I do my other hypocrite ass children, because you don't even know if they believe. They just done it because that's who's feeding me. That's who's taking care of me. I'm living this lifestyle. When somebody is feeding you and taking care of you, you are willing to say anything. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, boss. Yes, sir. I have to give Wallace Muhammad credit. I have to give Wallace Muhammad credit for being brave enough, because that's also brave, because you living in an environment, and then they saw the potential, how studious Wallace was, how he embraced a good teacher. And they wanted that for the nation. They wanted his talent for the nation of Islam. But he did not believe in that. It reminds me of myself. I have met pastors and preachers I became very much friends with. They valued me more than the nation of Islam. I was there for the nation of Islam. The only thing I could do in the nation of Islam is sling bean pies and sell newspapers on the street. I was nothing. But then I would go into the church, and the church recognized my talent, and they would embrace me, give me their rostrum, and treat me like a king. But I wanted to be an asset to the nation of Islam, but they didn't recognize my talent. They didn't want me like that. But the preachers and the pastors, and then when I come into social media, so many people wanted my talent. They wanted my voice. They wanted me to represent them. But what I wanted to be part of didn't want me. I had no value. I'm just a choir boy. I'm just a bean pie salesman. But I told these persons, I wish I could do it, but that's not me. I don't believe in Jesus. If I did that, I would do it. I would be a hypocrite, because I would be doing it because of the wonderful treatment that the church was giving me. And of course, the sisters always on you, and everybody admiring you because of, you doing this wonderful thing, and you're able to bring the message of Jesus Christ to the people in a wonderful way. You get all this adoration and praise. I could do that. And I wouldn't mind doing that if I was real. But I would tell them, I don't believe in that. That would not be honest. So see, I would be a hypocrite, because I would be living a lie. I'm not really believing this. There's a lot of pastors and preachers, hypocrites, because they really don't believe, but I'm making a good living. I don't have to empty trash cans. I don't have to flip burgers. I'm doing real good preaching the word of the Lord. I understand of why in Islam hypocrisy is frowned upon so much. The hypocrites. Because again, the hypocrite must stay among you in order to cause you problems. Malcolm left. He was a disbeliever. But Malcolm couldn't do you no harm the way he could if Malcolm decided to be a hypocrite, because he would have been right there with you, undermining you. That's what hypocrites do. Pretending he's like you, but he's not. And then he would slither around other believers and put little nasty negative words in other people's ears. That's what hypocrites do. Malcolm didn't do it. Malcolm got in a situation. He was upset. He got thrown out. He did not leave. He got thrown out the nation. He became a disbeliever. But Malcolm still was respectful. He said, I still believe that these teachings, the program of the Nation of Islam, is what's good for us, black people, the black American, the so-called Negro in this country. He still said, Malcolm still had love. But see, you're dealing with religious folks who talk all this peace stuff, but they the most hateful, profane, violent ass people on the planet. And like we said in our recent talks on this platform, I was talking about emotion, how emotion brings out the real us. When that happened, the situation with Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam happened, the real Nation of Islam came out. Violent, profane, arrogant, egotistical, narcissistic. And they still have the same attitude. Just let them get angry. Let them get upset. And you see the real them. Same thing with people in the church. All these supposed to be Islam mean peace. Well, Islam might mean peace, but you ain't your happy ass damn sure not peaceful. Jesus might be a peacemaker. Your ass damn sure have nothing to do with peace. Look at Israel. How can you just go around trying to get a few people? You gonna kill thousands trying to get a few handful of folks. Peace lovers. We love peace and then love. Get the hell out of here. Perpetrating a fraud. And usually, again, those who always call people hypocrites, chances are they're a hypocrite, the real hypocrite themselves. You ain't in no position. The messenger of Allah is in no position to judge nobody. The only one who can judge and call somebody a hypocrite is Allah. Not your happy ass. Because you ain't perfect your damn self. Elijah Muhammad was not perfect. Farrakhan is not perfect. Nobody perfect. Everybody has that problem. Just because you are imperfect, don't make you a damn hypocrite. You put Malcolm in a bad situation, then go around calling him names. He didn't do it. You done it. It's Malcolm's fault. It's Wardeen Muhammad's fault. Because your ass is a loser. Those men are gone. What you got? Nothing. Because you the hypocrite. Blaming them because you a bunch of losers.